I knew you.
We're live!
Oh, is that
Well, yeah. What are we talking about?
Hey, welcome to Thinking Outside the Longbox. I'm Mel.
I'm Tim.
I'm doing it.
I'm Juan.
And fuck Gabe.
Yeah, that bitch.
He's in the kitchen.
What a cunt. Alright, let's move on.
That was a hard C word
Hashtag
right
blast.
One Gabe in the kitchen is not a brunch mate.
there. Yeah, he hit you with a hard C word.
Wow.
Tim,
Gabe is crying. He's crying. It's okay, don't cry, baby.
you
It's
are
okay.
straight looking like Flat Top from Dick Tracy.
Cry into your apron, you
Dick
little
Tracy
bitch.
stinks. That's what it was.
Fucking love
Your
it.
hair is straight Dick Tracy ass.
Something about a dick. Anyway.
I mean, I don't have hair, but
What are we talking about, Mel?
So today we are talking about season 2 of the Umbrella Academy.
yes.
What?
What?
Because we totally talked about season 1.
No.
Well, I mean, we can talk about season 1 also.
What about the whole show? It's great.
I mean, season 1 was just basically an
I
apocalypse.
heard a rumor that we are talking about the Umbrella Academy today.
Hey, Juan, I heard we're talking about Umbrella.
Yeah, but there's not really a breakdown for season 2
Not really.
because the Wikipedia page is just
Doing
the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
So season 2 picks up where the first season leaves off after she smashes the fucking moon into the world, and they. Wow, yeah.
Why don't you finish what you're saying first?
They zap themselves off into different timelines.
Yes.
And that's where we meet our crazy fucking friends.
My favorite part of yesterday was when I was saying, hey, that looks like Ellen Page. And Gabe goes, because that's Ellen Page.
You're so right!
I wasn't even high.
Whoops.
I wasn't even high.
That's alright.
Hi.
We all make mistakes.
Go eat.
Why?
Go eat your food before
You're
the dog
holding
eats in your
food.
ass face.
Why would I eat? Why?
Why? Why would I do such a thing?
It's in my hand, you don't eat this?
Season 2 of the Umbrella Academy, 90% critic score, 89% audience score.
Nice.
It's well liked.
It's just weird because you kind of have to do some thinking.
It's a lot.
It goes against the metric.
Yeah? Yeah, but this isn't a horror film.
True.
Yeah.
Significantly more popular than the average horror film, I
Yeah.
think.
This is popular for all the same reasons Darko is to you guys.
I liked
all the nostalgic.
I liked
cutscenes, camera
Umbrella.
angles, movie references.
Except done way better.
Well, yeah, because
You're right, they're the exact film.
It's not a random Canadian's first attempt at directing a movie, so it better be done way
To
better.
be fair, this is broken down over like 10 hours as well.
Yeah,
Darko probably would have been better had it been a 10-hour movie.
probably. It'd make more sense.
Would have given me 10 hours more reason to hate it. I don't know.
That's all you could say. Fuck Darko!
It really is.
You
You already
guys-
listened to that
you guys
episode,
that
and I
whole
was like, poor
episode
Doyle, leaning into him about this bullshit.
It wasn't like poor me. I just felt like even if we hate something that much, we probably gotta not show it because we just fucking tanked that episode. I feel like we're just like
I kept trying to be like, Doyle, what did you like about the movie?
You can't go after that. You can't. It's like I wipe my ass with that film, and
Bullshit.
you are a piece of shit person if you like it. What do you think about it? I'm like, I kind of like.
I mean, I liked it when I was in like my mid-20s.
It just has like a feel about it that I like. Like
Somehow we ended up on Darko.
well, because Gabe's not even here yet, so it's
Probably
funny.
hate
I mean, somebody's got a rant. We'll get to Umbrella Academy, I promise.
If you get the random dialogue makes me laugh because it's not written well, but it's just funny little one-liners zinged in all the time.
Right.
The fucking weird plot line of like the child molester. What the fuck is his real name?
I don't know.
He's dead now.
I don't know.
It's the actor.
Mike Kirk. Those midgets, not
Oh,
children.
buddy.
Whoa.
Yeah, Mike Kirk is not a
May he
child
rest in
molester.
peace. Don't sully his
Midgets are not
his
children
goodness.
unless they are. Okay.
Jim.
Sometimes they are children. But I don't know, that movie I thought just deserves a lot more than we gave it. But
You are a generous man.
I think most of the populace is generous because almost everybody likes it.
It was a well-liked movie.
Well, yeah, it's a
Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze, yeah.
Swayze.
And I thought everyone acted amazing in that movie too. For someone who doesn't know what they're doing, because I think being a director is really hard, especially your first movie. Somehow all those actors did a really good job.
your food's gonna go eat.
Well, they're all really good actors, I guess I thought it was too. And actresses.
So, who watched the first season of the Umbrella Academy?
Gabe and
I don't remember it at all. I don't
remember parts
remember
of
if
it.
I watched it or not.
Bunch of stuff happens.
Were
It's
they-
a really big like setup of the team.
So why
Yeah.
why doesn't somebody give us kind of a narration to the second
I
season?
suck at synopsis, so.
Well, the whole
one of you
first
fuckers.
season is like how they do the Batman, Spider-Man movies every time, where it's like, this is how Spider-Man became Spider-Man. That's the whole first season of Umbrella Academy.
Right.
It's like cut scenes going back and
Origin
forth.
stories.
With each episode is kind of based on a different character. You get to the point where you get to see why all of their little like fucked up neuroses are the way that they are.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end where the giant like gotcha moment happens, where the sister that they thought was powerless is like the most badass of them all and destroys the whole planet. And 5 saves them by shooting them in the past.
There you go.
There you go.
Synopsis done.
Boom.
Yeah.
So Tim,
Yeah.
what are your feelings about Umbrella Academy?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There's just things about season 2 that I liked more. than
Kind of
season
flat.
1. Very flat.
What does that mean?
You seem to
Like-
flex.
Season
More
2
in season 1, he said.
Season 2 to me, literally everything everyone else is doing besides 5 is completely inconsequential. It doesn't matter. Nothing they're doing is important to them being rescued.
But I wonder if
And
it'll
that
all
kind of
kind
drove
of.
me nuts.
But isn't
I wonder if
that
it'll
because
kind
they
of come to a center though.
isn't it because they don't want to be rescued?
Towards the end, they all just kind of like get used to it because 5 is literally the only one doing
Yeah,
anything
because
about
most of them are just like, fuck it, I don't want to go back.
it. Well, because most of them are almost completely useless in that situation anyway.
Right.
8 guy's really strong. Diego throws knives. Is that even his name?
Yes.
Yes,
That's
his
the
name is
character name?
Diego.
Yeah. Number 2.
Klaus talks to dead people.
I feel like
Ellen
we get
Page can smash shit, but she like is dumb as hell and gets caught by the CIA.
I
Well,
mean,
blindside,
she does make a giant crop circle. Maybe that's how those got invented.
She doesn't remember though that she's as
She
strong
doesn't.
as she is.
Yeah, she's like.
By that time, she does know her powers when she gets hit in the face. But she gets blindsided by that rifle butt. I didn't think that was that weird. I think you see what real people would do. Like, they all got ejected at different times with none of their families.
Yeah.
They started living their own lives. They're all fucked up because their dad was a crazy fucking person. And their mom was a robot. And their best friend was a monkey. So it's just like, at a certain point, these people aren't going to make like logical decisions. And then you get 5, who is basically the fucker that sent you there in the first place and fucked up, who's now telling you something that you don't even know if it's true because he is just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But he's
Like-
fucking hilarious.
He is. But it's like, you get more like, bees with honey type of thing.
Right.
If he just showed up and wasn't a cocksucker, they probably could have finished this whole thing in a, nice, tidy 45-minute episode.
Probably so.
But that wouldn't be good for the show. So it, breaks out. I thought it was all pretty good. Like I said.
I thought it was all pretty good too. Like I said, I don't remember watching the first season. It must have been a long time ago. I know we didn't watch it for the show.
I think that was
so
something we were just all one.
We definitely mentioned it 1 or 2 times.
We did,
Maybe
for sure,
no live
for sure.
episodes, but
the watching, I don't know what number he is,
I
but
told you people to buy the comics before the show was coming out.
that's true.
And you should have, because they're fucking.
And I
super
think I
fucked
did.
I
now.
remember that.
Watching the dude who finally gets Ellen Page to chill out when she finally remembers who she is and all the kind of pain and anger that she has. Watching him kind of die and ask for a hug at the very end before he kind of dissipates and then somebody died earlier in that episode too. That was
the last episode.
I don't think it was the last episode. I think
maybe
there was.
second to last.
I think it was the yeah.
Spoilery.
Oh, I didn't spoil anything yet. One dude
Yeah,
died.
I've only got this episode 8, and that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, has it?
No.
She hasn't remembered her powers where you are yet? Fuck,
No,
I guess
she's remembered her powers, but
I
the
just
guy
watched
hasn't died.
all one day. So
Yeah.
it's after this. It's the CIA episode.
Yeah, that is exactly where I'm at. It's she's in the CIA office,
Oh.
and she tries to kill
He's
the
close.
guy.
He's real
Oh
close.
yeah,
And
you're
then-
right on top of where I'm talking about.
She gets fucking.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Wait.
Take turns grabbing food while we talk about
It's
it.
cool, it's cool.
It was that that episode. Like I really liked all of it because I like 5 because he's snarky as fuck and he doesn't understand why these idiots just won't fucking pay attention to what he's saying because he wants to get them home. But I get the other side. They've started their own lives. They don't really care anymore. They're fine where they are, even though there's an impending doomsday, which they don't know if they can believe or not. You know,
Because 5 has misled them so many other times.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want to listen to him.
But it's so good. Like that episode specifically was just so powerful because, like I said, somebody dies earlier in the episode, and then the ghost whose name I can't remember now. Ben.
The easiest fucking name.
Yeah, probably. She's in the chair and she's bringing the apocalypse, and so he has to possess her in order to get inside her brain and calm her down. And while he's doing it, she's essentially killing him. Yeah. And so you see him kind of dissipating, and he's like, hey, you know, I know this is kind of crazy, but I haven't asked for, and before he could say hug, she fucking just grabs him, and they share this really, really powerful moment before he finally dies. And it was really, really, I was like, fuck, this is a hard episode to watch, even though she's about to destroy the planet. I really, really liked this season of it.
So I haven't finished season 2. Do they ever clarify who those 3 weird milkmen who drink gross rotten milk are?
The Sweets?
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
they're just an assassin.
The
team.
nihilists?
Yeah.
They believe in nothing?
Yeah, they believe in nothing in Lebowski.
The funniest moment for me is when 5 is fucking fighting with himself, and every once in a while they fucking kick what's his name in the dick because he's trying to stop them from fighting each other. It's so funny. Right before
Again, that must happen in the last 2 episodes.
right before Kennedy's about to be assassinated, 5 is fighting with his older self about something that's about the storyline. And I can't remember anybody's name all of a sudden. Number 1 is like, you guys need to fucking stop. Like, he's trying to get them to stop fighting. And every once in a while, because they're projecting in different spots and fighting, they'll just stop and kick him right in the nuts, and then they'll go back to fighting. Like, it's just so funny.
It will be when I get there.
It's a great scene.
I don't know, I liked it. Like I said, I thought every episode was masterfully done. There was like a moment in every episode, it's like, like that, it's like a payoff moment. Like I said, my favorite one being the Backstreet Boys, like, throw out lyric into the song, into the fight scene. I'm just like, that's so fucking great.
Every moment where Klaus is trying to be like philosophical and he just quotes like shitty 90s pop music makes me laugh.
Yeah,
Don't go chasing your waterfalls. Like, it's so fucking
that
funny.
payoff there is like when Ben delivers the fucking so good.
It's funny though when Ben is like, you need to go out and
he's like,
tell him, you know, but you're not their leader, blah blah blah. And he honestly finally tries to go out and be like, I'm a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
And everybody still follows him, and he's like, I tried. What do you want?
They're like,
I'm a
you are
fraud
so
too."
brave for admitting your faults, and they still continue to worship him.
Yep.
He's like, no, I'm actually like a fraud.
I love when Ben finds out that he's been fucking the girl that he likes the whole time.
Yeah. in the sex room, is that what they call it?
Weird sex triangle thing that he has.
Oh,
Dang it, I
shit.
haven't watched enough of this season yet.
Dude, it's
It's good.
I
I'm just
dig
being
this show.
hypercritical about it because it
Like,
felt
so
like-
far-
Treasure Tim?
Yeah.
So far, I really love this show. Like, it's one of those things that like reminds me like how good something that has like comic book source material like can be.
Yeah.
Because there's like so many cool and inventive comic books out there. Like this takes like a lot of the track that like Watchmen does, where they're like really flawed superheroes, or a lot of the tracks that like the Marvel movies take by like actually making them superheroes.
Yeah.
But all put together, it's something entirely different and something like more creative.
It's funny because I think sometimes creators can rely too much on the source material. I think a lot of people agree that Game of Thrones was really, really good until that last season where they ran out of shit that they didn't have anymore because he hasn't finished the last book.
And never will.
And I think that the
Do
walking.
you think you can find a competent person to follow the lines of 8 previous
I
seasons?
agree with you, but I think that because you're relying, I think The Walking Dead is doing the same thing in the sense that now that the comic book's over, because they've been talking about doing it forever, but now that the comic book's over, they're canceling it with the next season that's coming up.
See, that's so weird because I don't know the way they would do. I'm fine with it, like I said, because I've thought Fear is the better show for several seasons now.
Both of you have.
But
I like Fear.
I like them both, but Fear is
Fear of
great.
It's a slow burn.
Since you first started talking.
The first season of Fear is a really slow burn. It's not anymore.
I don't think so.
Like stuff. But yeah, I think they're doing great with Fear the Walking Dead, so I'm surprised they're ending. Well, I think just those actors are all done.
I'm excited for the World Beyond. They're doing anthology episodes as well. It sounds like they're going to be revisiting old characters and telling a little story about them, and then they're doing the Carol and Daryl.
This is going to be a Star Trek thing. They're going to just keep getting the wheelbarrow. Whenever they can get a wheelbarrow, they're going to get a wheelbarrow.
Sure.
But I think that's what happens sometimes, just going back to the story, is that you're right. I don't know how many issues the Umbrella Academy has, but it isn't.
It's not a giant library.
I think season 2 is like kind of the end of what they have.
I think volume 3 literally just started coming out in the comics right now, because I think John has it on the. Last time I was at Hall of Justice, it was on John's wall. I think it's
I
on
thought they had
issue
like
2
4 or 5 little arcs.
There might be other things, but I think
it's only in its third arc.
Started.
But it is easy for you to be like, okay, we're following the source material for the most part. This is the critical moment. How do we play it off on TV?
Right.
But sometimes it's hard to figure out how do we come up with new critical moments for these characters that aren't in a book already.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of why Kirkman wrapped up Walking Dead the comic book, is because he's like, I've explored pretty much everything that I should explore.
Right.
Yeah.
There are 24 comics out, 19 plus 4 short stories and a one-shot issue.
So there isn't very much at all.
No,
The
there's
one
not.
shot I think is the Cha-Cha and Coco Christmas issue. I wish they'd come back. I know they're dead. Damn it. We time. It's time travel. We can make them come back somehow.
That's season 3.
Yeah, we can make that happen. Dude, they were my
Mary
favorite
J. Blige
characters.
had to record an album or something.
Probably. Those are my favorite characters, though. And
For sure.
The whole donut lady relationship.
It's adorable,
It's
and I love
nuts.
it. Yeah.
I love
Hazel and Cha-Cha are awesome.
Fucking nice.
I don't think there's a better
Hazel
ongoing
and Cha-Cha,
comic book show right now.
I don't think so either.
a lot of people.
Maybe The Boys. I haven't seen the second season of
I
The
haven't
The
Boys.
second season of The Boys is not good as far as 3 episodes in. Well, it's not that it's not good, it's just not.
It doesn't hit the
It
same
doesn't hit
level
the
that the
same-
last one did.
I felt like they
Haven't
should've-
gotten anywhere yet.
They should have stayed on the curve they were on. Like, by the end of that show, it's like, man, this shit's ramping up. And then they're like, hit the fucking brakes for season 2. And the first couple episodes are just all about, what's her name? The new girl that has, the Starfire. Or Fire Fists, or whatever the fuck. She's being, playing into the girl trope too much. And there's a new girl superhero that's like, no, fuck that, feminism. But it's 3 episodes of it is this is too much. It's gonna be a 30-minute segment of the first episode. Why aren't you killing other fucking superheroes already?
I love going back to something we said earlier. I love that each character has even a really small origin story in this season, because you gotta kind of get to catch up with everybody as to where they were. And Emmy Raver-Lampman, who plays Rumor, you get to see that black people in the when was the 50s 60s, everything that's going on, they do a sit-in and shit she brings a really powerful voice to that era at that time. And watching her control the dude in the diner to keep burning himself
in a really weird way.
He does, but you could see kind of the anger and power in her eyes as she's telling him to keep pouring coffee on himself. It was
I think she's also
pretty crazy.
Demonstrating the fact that she can't fully control it.
Right.
Once she starts abusing it, it kind of starts abusing her intentions also.
Yeah.
So I do like that. The one of the cool moment to me was when Luther's like, "You left me on the moon," but you find out that he was fucking they were gonna kill Kennedy because he was diving too much into the fucking alien thing. That there's probably really aliens and there's a threat. that's why he was on the fucking moon. I just love that scene when they're all the fucking weird, like, Coco Cabana.
Right?
You left me on the moon! That's the first time he ever stood up to bed.
I think
And he's all
in
farting.
the comics
Yeah.
it is aliens, right? Like the dad is an alien in the comic book.
I don't remember.
I think.
Honestly, I haven't read them. I do have them all except for the new ones, but I haven't read them all.
I haven't read any of them. I'm just. Going
It's been a
with
while,
what I'm being
like,
told.
it's been a long while since I've read them, so I don't have it in my brain anymore.
The Umbrella Academy, honestly, was
Threw
one of
out
those
into the fro.
comic books that
All
the
the
comics didn't really strike me that well. as
What's-
the show does?
Do we know what the dad's name is?
Dad.
On the.
He said I'm on this time.
Dad!
So bad. This is really entertaining. But dead silence.
I know it's not
Bullshit.
weed, but I gotta go to work later.
I just like that it says fetch on it.
Yeah.
Calm Fior as Sir Reginald Hargreaves, the Monocle, the Umbrella Academy's adoptive alien father and billionaire industrialist who was deceased in 19 but is still alive at the end of season 2. So yes, he's an alien.
That's all.
Aliens.
Aliens.
You kind of look like that
I have
dude
the
on the
hair
History
for it,
Channel.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah. It's aliens.
I enjoyed it. I know somehow I think maybe we were too high for the other 2 episodes, like high energy, and now we've kind of.
Oh no, there's just the weird break while I was in the kitchen cooking.
I'm gonna get the food.
Yeah, go get some food. So like kind of going around, like it sounds like everybody has really enjoyed the whole second season so far.
Except for Tim.
I'm
I liked it. I liked it. It just wasn't as good as season 1 for me.
So like I'm
hoping
only
season 3 will be like.
Tim hated it. Let's be real.
I'm only 4 episodes into it, but I really feel like it already feels like it's a transition season into season 3.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad. It's just it feels like it's moving a lot slower than the first season did. And that happens a lot when
Right.
like a show is, they're like, well, we're gonna make like 4 seasons of this.
Well, it's like,
After that first season was so successful kind
like
of thing.
season 1's like, alright, we're gonna build up and introduce you to everything. Season 2 feels like it's building up and introducing you to something way bigger.
Yeah.
Like, it's it's like a video game. It's that build up before you get to like the next boss. Like, that's what
It's
it
like the
feels
build up until you get to the open world segment.
Like it
Where
really,
you're like stuck in like a track and then
Yeah.
you hit it and it like opens up everything.
because
Like,
it really feels like season 3, whatever happens in it is it's whatever it is going to be like way fucking bigger than anything they've dealt with so far.
nice.
And I hope it's either like them fighting themselves because time travel, or them like fighting these aliens or whatever that they think.
Or
may may
them
not
fighting their
exist.
alien selves.
What?
That entertains me. Aliens.
I enjoyed it. I think Klaus is the star of the show. I really think his attitude and his snarkiness and just the way he is during the whole show. I think he's the headliner.
He's definitely the most trendy. That's for sure.
The scene where he goes to the hardware store to talk to his lover from Vietnam, to like kind
I'm
of,
sorry. I meant not Klaus. I meant number 5. I meant 5.
So,
but yes,
yeah, but
I'm
the
sorry. I
scene
got the
where-
stupid names
Either way,
confused.
both of them, yes, they're the most hot topic. of all.
So the-
Klaus is fucking hilarious. Though.
So the scene where Klaus like goes to the hardware store to talk to the guy that in the future will be his lover in Vietnam is like one of the most heartbreaking things I think I've seen in a show.
and then he
for a
goes
while.
into his alcohol again.
Yeah. Drug
It's a hard-
induced coma.
It's a hard scene.
It just feels because like how important he was to him, and then all of a sudden he was gone, and it was in war, and it was awful, and then you get to see him go back and like try to like convince him not to go to war, and I don't know, it's kind of heartbreaking.
But time travel is Klaus's fault that he dies in war.
Yeah, everything is time traveling. That's how shit goes.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm with you.
Alright, Tim, did you explain why you don't like this movie?
So we want to go around the table and talk about thumbs up, thumbs down, or have we done that?
We
already?
haven't done it yet. I give it 2 thumbs up for sure. I like that it feels like they're all separate at points, and it's not a team thing.
Yeah.
Because I learned more about each person that way, and I thought that was cool. I really enjoyed it.
How about you, Tim?
I give it 2 Doyles up.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of.
That's a lot of Doyle.
No, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I have gripes, but they're minuscule. It's all like surface deep shit that bugged me about season 2. I just hope season 3 gets us somewhere, since season 2 feels more like a vehicle.
I mean, that I genuinely think it is. Like, it's a transition for you to learn about the characters and then bring them together so that they can accomplish something different in
Right.
the next season.
That's definitely what it
Team
feels like.
Zero.
I love that.
I love how nobody's like.
Nobody's on board.
Team Zero. my
We're Team
ass.
Zero.
I hate that.
It's funny. It's a zero. I give it 2 thumbs up. Like I said, every episode has a cool payoff moment, which I just enjoy. They're all well fun.
I am not finished with it, but I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up too, because so far I'm really enjoying it. I literally watched like 4 hours of it in one shot, and it didn't feel like that because you were just watching something cool happen. Like, it definitely has that 10-hour movie feel when you're binge watching it.
For
like,
sure. For
sure.
sure. Who
Yeah,
has the weakest? Luther has the weakest powers because it's just super strength. But I feel like
It doesn't really
Klaus.
seem like he's that strong either. He's
It
No.
doesn't really feel
I
like
think
he's
it's
that
the shit
strong.
kicked out of him a couple times in season 1.
I feel like Klaus's powers are kind of pointless too, because Ben was just like, because he was trying to get Ben to do something, and Ben's just like, nah.
Didn't you like that first episode?
No, at
though,
the very beginning, but
Where
I
he-
feel like if the ghost can just be like, fuck you, like, I feel like that's a,
So it seems like
and I don't know if it's just because it's Ben.
You get to fight on your own.
It seems
Yeah.
like he can dominate ghosts too, though. I think he just doesn't because Ben is his brother.
It could be, but
Right.
I felt like that kind of took away from me. I was like, well, if Ghost can just tell him to go to hell, what's
I
the
feel like
point?
he can force ghosts to do shit if he wants them to.
That makes
Your
sense.
Possession.
Doesn't he like force him to do shit in season 1 when he's like all tied up and stuck in that hotel?
I think he does.
Like he's
yeah.
communicating with like a shitload of them.
And he
randomly.
like makes one of them do something.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
I
I
don't
think he
remember.
can force them to do stuff. Dude, that opening scene where they're like fighting off the Russians, it's like, oh, I want to watch like
He's
2
all,
hours.
this
of
doesn't
this.
seem right.
That's good shit.
Cool. I
It's a
think
great
I think
series.
we all agreed we really liked the show.
Oh, that's weird. It's another one of those episodes.
We did that last session.
know.
The whole session was like that.
They're
Is
better.
this gonna be like a really good comic book show that Netflix is making and they just fucking cancel it?
Probably.
Season 3 is usually what make or breaks it.
Well, because for
Netflix.
some reason I hadn't finished season 3 of Daredevil. I don't know why. Like, I thought I did. And then, like, a month ago or so, I started watching and I was like, oh, I didn't fucking finish this season. Season 3 of Daredevil was fucking amazing.
Well,
You
So
know?
yeah,
that's
that's
different.
because
That's
of
because
Marvel.
of the Disney
yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
because of them. They get those rights back here in the next few
Yeah,
weeks,
Disney,
in the next few months.
Disney nuked that.
Like what I like about Umbrella Academy is that it seems to be paving the way for like more advanced comic book to cinema stories. Like
Yeah.
I feel like Umbrella Academy in combination with things like Mandalorian and what the hell was that like high fantasy steampunky thing we watched with
The one with Orlando Bloom.
and yeah, what was that called?
Fuck, what with the fairies?
I don't
What was
remember.
that show called?
I don't
Something
remember.
Way. It was like the name of a street, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Carnival Row?
Carnival
There you
Row.
go.
So
Good job, Doyle.
So like those 3 shows
Got
to me
references.
seem like they're paving the way for something like a saga to happen eventually, which I feel like now that comes with a lot of fear, but not so much as long as somebody that is like credible picks it up, like HBO or maybe Amazon.
A lot of
or,
HBO Max shit going on right now.
Yeah.
Like any of those like huge production companies, I would trust with something like that.
I mean, because look at what they did with like Westworld, which
Yeah.
is like there's almost no source material on that. Like the
Yeah.
original Westworld is like
Yeah.
what, like a 200-page novel or something like that, and they
just
created
ran
something
with it.
incredible out of it.
Like, and that's like, I think.
Well, that's what I was not talking about that show. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it
That
is.
show is fucking great. There's a supercut of season 2 where everything's been cut into order, and it's actually not as good as watching it confused.
That's how that goes sometimes, though. Nice. Well, with that said,
Yeah.
guys, be sure to check us out, totlb.com.
Check
Just
us
this out.
Just us out.
Check us out.
You can also visit our shop there, totlb.com/shop, where we now have shirts, regular logo. We have the Dwarf Giant one up, and we have the Shits and Bags one up. So one for me and Doyle, and Perfect Life and BPE coming soon. Of course, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/totlb. There's extra content there for our supporters. Thank you so much to all of you people. And of course, you can find us on YouTube at tinyurl.com/totlbtube. We are 5 subscribers away from 100, which is when we can actually pick our name. Past that, there was once a man who definitely didn't like humping midgets, for sure. And he's definitely dead.
I miss him so much.
His name's Michael Kirk.
I really
You can
do.
call 970-573-6148. I miss him too. So sad. The Michael Kirk Memorial Hotline. Let us know anything you want to talk about, anything you want us to talk about, your opinions on anything that we said in the show, positive or negative. 970-573-6148. Until next time, I've been Gabe.
I'm Tim.
I'm Doyle.
I'm one.
I'm Mel!
And fucking
She
subscribe.
scared the shit out of me right
Yeah,
there. I
scared.
almost threw my plate.
Don't throw that, I'm not cleaning that shit up.
Yeah.
There's enough animals, it'll be gone.
This has been an episode of Thinking Outside the Long Box. Bye.